Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Yes, we're back with another fan cam as Liverpool win 2-0 at home to Southampton. Let's get him in. Remember, please, before we go anywhere, guys, do support us as we support the Red Men tonight by liking the video, giving us a little comment after this video has gone live, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already to the Kop TV and Daz TV as I bring our favourite Irishman into the stream now. Here he is, the big man.
The
Daz,
luck of the Irish.
fella. The luck of the Irish. Big win tonight, fella.
Yeah, fairly placed, Alex. Obviously, winning at Anfield, scoring finally at Anfield. It's only 6 goals we've got there since January, and keeping a clean sheet, something that I can't say after 85 or 86 minutes, it looked like I've seen this pattern of play before, and not again. Not like our game management, particularly in the last 2 games, conceding 85th minute at Leeds, 95th minute against Newcastle has been awful, and they were 4 massive points dropped, but good tonight to finally not concede. Thiago not only to play well, who I thought was man the match against Newcastle in our last game, really plays from tonight, but gets a goal, and a quality goal, like very what we seen him at Bayern Munich, very Bayern Munich-esque goal from Thiago tonight, and it's great. Finally, he's getting a bit of confidence, he's getting a bit of game time, he scored his goal, we're winning, we're keeping a clean sheet. It's just like this season, it's just been the most strangest ever of seasons. And I mean, I'm watching that game, he misses, and she's saying, it's like a friendly, that game, what's the story? And I says, it's just like this all the time, like Anfield, it's so flat. It's just been deflated, everything for this season. And what summed it up for me was we haven't played in 2 weeks and we've still managed to get 4 injuries. It's just really topped off. Since January, since we actually played Southampton the last time when we were beaten 1-0, since that game, that was the start of the decline, where then obviously we went and played the 6 at Anfield, lost all 6, didn't score. It's just been mental season. I've never seen a season of football like it in my life. All the years of supporting Liverpool, through good and bad, through some horrendous times, I've never seen that. None of us could have foreseen how this season was going to go. Like, no one would have ever, Mystic Maid wouldn't have got this right. So it's just, look, we just need fans back. I believe the next game, the last game, we'll have 10,000, and the sooner the better, because it's Jurgen Klopp's an emotional man. He lives on it. A lot of these players live on that emotion and that intensity of the fans. But I suppose overall, going back to tonight, placed, better urgency from us than it has been the last 2 games, and more intensity, a bit more energetic. Maybe something to do with having the last 2 weeks off, but very placed all round, Alex, with getting the big 3 points tonight and keep the clean sheet.
Yeah, no, fantastic to get another clean sheet. Nat Phillips, a big part of that. Also, Alisson, what did you make of our defence tonight? Because they did have their chances, and Doyle said on the last stream, and do let us know in the comments if you agree with this, guys, would the score have been different if Danny Ings was up front tonight for Southampton?
I think it's easy to say that because how clinical Ings is, and look, he probably would have done better on the chances, but you have to, like, Alisson, I thought was great when he had to be tonight, but we've seen him making blunders this season at the best of times. But I think overall he's a top keeper, and again, he's been one of the players this season that would have been very frustrated. He's had his own private things with obviously the passing away of his father going on, which wouldn't have helped anyway in his confidence. And it's just been, as I go back to, a mental season. But even a centre back, like, there was a while there where Jordan Henderson and Ozan Kabak had made the most appearances for us as centre back. I think it was 2.5, 3 games. So it's just that the 2 lads are very inexperienced, than Nat and Reece as a partnership. But Nat Phillips again tonight, brilliant. If we're going to be talking about Kabak in the future, about getting a deal, surely Nat Phillips has to be a part of that. And I think what we've learned this season is, going forward next season, I think most seasons you'll get away with having good 4 centre-backs, but we're going to have 5 for next season, because none of us want to see James Milner or Fabinho or Henderson going in there, because I think we learned a lot this season that sometimes it's a strange season what's happened with injuries at centre-back, but you never know going forward, because we do know Joe Gomez is injury prone. With Van Dijk coming back from that UCL injury, it's a massive injury. Will he be the Rolls Royce that he was? Now, I still expect him to be as good as he was, but consistently, and is he going to have the same amount of game time as what he had previous to this? So there's a lot of factors to consider and weigh in. And then, I mean, like, I believe next season we're going to have a shot at everything, particularly the domestic cup, something we've neglected for a long time. So if we want to be real next season, if we want to have set our targets and sky's the limit, we're going to have at least 5 centre-backs. And I believe Kabak will be there. I believe Nat Phillips will definitely be a part of it. Obviously, the question's going to be who's 3rd, 4th, 5th choice. And it looks like Kanate is going to come in as well. So, again, someone for a young age is very experienced and potentially going to be world-class as well. So, things will get better for us, I believe.
Yeah, some great options at centre-back if that happens. A huge shout-out there to Diego, Crystal Palace, dropping in a $4.99 super chat. Big up to you, bro. He says, well done on your win tonight. Fire, fire. Oh, yes, we are staying up. We are staying up. Blue and red all over the place. We're staying up. I think Diego is happy. I'm not going to lie to you. Big up to you for supporting the channel. He's staying up thanks to Benteke and Eze. Well, do you know what? You give us some money tonight and we really appreciate it, but we gave you Christian Benteke and that's allowed you to stay up today. So I think we've sorted you out there as well. Big up to you though, Diego. Much love. Right, let's talk about the first goal. Unbelievable stat coming out that it was the first time that Mane and Salah have set each other up tonight. I mean, what is that about? Decent finish, but again, should have had more tonight between them.
Yeah, they should have. Salah, it was crispy, was sharp tonight, and that goal, that assist was unbelievable. I mean, if Trent does that, we're singing the hazes, but what a cross was. And Mane, fair play to him. You know, Peter's on the wrong side of him. He was probably going to bang in an own goal if he gets his head to it. But Mane, he was a bit more aggressive, a bit more hungrier, a bit more energetic tonight. Something that you always get with Mane, even on the days where he doesn't assist or get goals, and he's lacked that massively. Now, look, like a lot of the players this season, that attitude, that aggression intensity hasn't been there. Some of the basics I always go back to, we've lacked this season. But Mane, I thought tonight was really good. He was sharp, lively, and when I say really good, I mean really good to how he has been playing. But he can still improve his game. But maybe it's a good time. You know, there's 4 games left now. We used 12 points to play for. Getting Salah and Mane linking up, Jota up there, Firmino coming on, having those options now might be coming at a good time for us, because we're getting now to the make or break where there's no more excuses. As I said, 12 points to play for after finally getting not only a home win but scoring 2 and not conceding. It's a good night, you know, for us tonight, Saturday night, under the floodlights at Anfield, albeit it was flat, there's no fans, but you can just see better times are ahead. You can see there's a bit more humour in the players, that there's just that they've some sort of belief. I'm not going to jump on here. I've already ruled us out and get the top 4 because we haven't won 5 games consistently all season in the league, and I don't expect us to do it at the end. But it would be very typical Liverpool to do it a hard way. But I do believe Chelsea are going to drop points. I do believe Leicester and West Ham will drop points. But every week, the teams around us have dropped points, and we've never seemed to capitalise on it. Today is the only day where teams around us this weekend have dropped points, and we've actually capitalised. So I'm just hoping and praying that we can go to the last game or 2 and still have some sort of hope and optimism and walk on with hope in our heart that we can get to the top 4. But I'm going to remain realistic. I've set me sights on Europa League, unfortunately, next season. But if that can change, then happy days. Look, Liverpool have made the impossible possible in the last couple of years, but I think this is just too much of a momentous task for us. I think it's too much to ask for, especially with the timing of it. But look, a couple of games to go. If we're still there, let's just wait and see what happens. And it's given me some sort of excitement looking at the results around us this weekend, how they went. Well, obviously Chelsea winning, but I mean Leicester dropping points. Hopefully West Ham can drop points tomorrow, and you never know. You know, I said yesterday we need to win tonight, and we need to go to Old Trafford on Thursday, where we haven't won under Jurgen Klopp. So if we won there, you know, you never know. There might be some momentum, bit of leaf and confidence there. But it's a great time for Mane to get a goal, play well, and Thiago. I mean, we've all been waiting on that, haven't we?
Yeah, great finish from Thiago at the end. Just watching the highlights of it now. Klopp smiling. It's something that we haven't seen too much of this season. And when a goal like that goes in, that kills off the game from your main man that you brought in the summer, must be a good feeling. And as you say, bro, let's crack on now for Thursday night as we go to Old Trafford. But I think we've got a game before then, don't we, actually? Or is that our next game?
Leicester play United Tuesday.
That's it. That's it. So Arsenal with a lot of confidence. We can do it. We are Liverpool. Stay with us. We'll be with Welford next, who has actually just won the signed 2020 champion shirt somehow. Unbelievable from him. But Darren,
Unbelievable thing.
please, everyone go and subscribe to Darren. His link's in this description.
Here's all.
Another great fan cam, very insightful as always. Stay with us. Welford is up next. Thank you very much.
Big up, Alex. Take care, buddy. See you all.
Nice one,
Take
brother.
care.